I'm here today with Amanda, who runs Creativity in Stotfold, and we're going to find out a little bit more about what she does and how she juggles her mum life. Hi Amanda!
Hi.
Right, do you want to tell us a little bit about your background and how you got to where you are today, really?
Well, my background initially was, I was a teacher. I used to teach at a college. I used to teach adults with learning disabilities, actually.
Okay.
But my passion, if you like, had always been kind of with art and sort of craft and those sorts of things.
Yeah.
So although my background was in teaching, although before that I was actually a police officer, I've done lots of stuff.
And that just shows you that you can change your career to totally different things.
Yeah, a few times. Yeah, I kind of think that, you know, it's all my sort of philosophy in life really is if you put your mind to anything, you can do whatever you want.
Absolutely.
So I suppose that kind of goes to show really. So I was a teacher for quite a long time, probably maybe 20 years. Maybe. Quite a long time. Like I say, qualified and everything, taught young adults with learning disabilities for a number of years, loved it. But I ended up taking a seconded role which didn't work out so well. So I kind of, you think about what you can do, where you want to be, and we sort of thought, well, so why not give this a go?
Brilliant. And obviously before that you had your children.
Yep. So I had got two girls. I've got Holly who's 12. Holly's 12. Lucy who's just turned 10 today. So I had them, and then obviously I was teaching at that time, and I was teaching part-time, so 2.5 days a week. Until Lucy was I think she was 6 or 7 when I left. So I was teaching the whole time, kind of throughout all that.
So I suppose it was important, or when you looked at making business decisions and what you wanted to do, that you had something that would fit in with family life. I assume,
that was a priority.
Can
really
limit you at times, can't it?
Yeah. I've been very lucky, kind of the way that it's all sort of worked out like that. But I think, initially when you do your plan of what you want to do and what you want to achieve, and you look at all your barriers, and then you kind of work out how you can make it work. And I think I've been very lucky at how things have just panned out, and they've kind of worked out that way. But the reason why we're always closed on a Thursday, and that's because historically my children had clubs on a Thursday, and I didn't think that I would be able to get them covered. So that's why there's no, we're not open on a Thursday, because right from the start we always thought, well, that day's just not going to work. So when you're your own boss, you can kind of
it does give you that bit of flexibility, doesn't it? Amazing. So I know obviously you were living in Stevenage and pending a move. What made you open the studio here in Stotfold?
Well, we didn't want to, we have to be careful as to when you've decided on what we wanted. Obviously, we didn't want to tread on anyone else's toes that are doing a similar thing. So, Stevenage has got another pottery studio. Well, there's one in Nebworth. So we knew we were going to look somewhere else. Actually, initially we looked in Baldock. That's where we thought initially. And that ended up, we had a premises we thought we were going to go ahead with, and quite late on that it kind of all fell through, and you think the world's going to end, and etc. But I kind of think everything happens for a reason, really.
Blessing in disguise.
And
perhaps.
we were just about, it was the 23rd of October, and I saw this property come up, and I thought, I'm not going to do anything now until after Christmas. I'm just going to leave it. And I thought, no, I'll give it a call, give them a call, and then it was just kind of perfect, because it really happened very, very quickly. And also, this has got parking, the other place didn't, so you think actually, things definitely work out all right.
Absolutely. So had you had any experience kind of in sort of doing pottery yourself before, and so it's all a completely new concept?
So
wow, that's really inspirational. I was waiting for you to say you had this long history of no.
So pottery painting,
yes,
I do. Well, I mean, only in regards to, you would come in here with your kids. only because that I've always done my children every year. They've always had a birthday plate with their name, and I've always painted them a picture on there. I've always been quite arty and quite crafty, but nope, I'd never done pottery work at all.
Wow.
So it's just kind of a learner's. And then once I realised this is what, because initially I didn't really know, I was floating some ideas of what we were going to do. So when I decided to go down the pottery painting route, I then went on a course, you know, to kind of do like a 2-day course thing on sort of basics of pottery, and also, you know, also went on a course prior to that actually about setting up your own business. So I'd kind of done a few.
I think that's so important to kind of have those fundamentals in place, because otherwise, I mean, it's such a big thing and it can be quite daunting. But if you kind of you feel confident in yourself that you've got the knowledge you need, I think that's kind of half the hurdle, isn't it? And you can then just get out there and do it.
Well, people say to me daily, so, you know, oh, you're so good at this, blah, blah, blah. And I do tell them quite openly, I'm winging it on a daily basis. And that's how I do, like, I feel confident in painting, I feel confident in doing like the artwork and stuff. But there's always something new that pops up. I haven't really got a clue, but you know, you're just kind of, you're learning all the time, and you know, it's
well, it sounds like it's really working out well. Anyway, so just keep winging it. So how do you do you get any special help kind of with working things around family commitments? Have you had to organise childcare? Or?
I do organise childcare. Like I say, well, I'm very, very fortunate. It was not necessarily how. I suppose I didn't realise how much work was going to be involved when we first started up. It's very much a family-run business. So my mum is retired, so she went from, you know, being retired. Well, actually, she didn't really have very long with nothing to do at all, because she started working here. So she's here with me a couple of times. We kind of work it out so that she's here. And we do it a couple of times together, but she does days I don't.
So she worked really hard for her retirement, and then you got her back out working. I love it.
So there's that, and then my stepdad will come in as well, and he does things like he'll do any kind of maintenance bits, and he'll do bits with the kiln. And my husband and my children come up here on a Saturday. So there are occasions, obviously, things like sports days, which was yesterday, things like if a child's ill, we have to do things like, I had to close yesterday for sports day, and there are occasions when we have to close at last minute and things if I can't get childcare covered. But generally speaking, people are quite understanding, because they do know, I suppose, when they pop in and they see that we're very much a family run business, and you know, there's not, it's very personal when you come here.
I think you've been very open and honest about that. It's not like you've kind of told people you're running this big national business. They can see it's you, and your family values kind of shine through what you do, really. So
and I think so. If anyone follows me on Instagram and things like that as well, I always put a mixture of, it's under Creativity's name, but I put a mixture of business and family, because I think it's nice, because we are so family run, that people then see, you know, at Christmas there'll be a picture of us sitting around the Christmas the table. Today I'll put on a picture about Lucy turning 10. So because they get to see then you.
It's really important. I think you've probably seen that I do very similar with my photography, you know, because without my family support, I would never be able to do what I do either. And I think it's really nice for your clients and customers to see that you are a real person with real family and real issues to deal with. So, fabulous. So tell me about a typical week and what you have to do and how you juggle everything.
On a Monday, we have a session here in the morning, so that's messy. Well, first of all, I suppose I take the kids to school. Well, one of them, the other one will walk herself. Then I'll do the school run. I'll jump in the car, come here. We run a messy play session in the morning. In the afternoon, I'm still here too. But then, I'll get back from here. Pick up one daughter. And then I will try usually to squeeze in a run or something on a Monday after work. Then Monday evening, you know, it's just usual homework and, you know, everything else that you have to do as a mum, homework, cooking, blah, blah, blah. Tuesdays are pretty much the same as Mondays, only I finish here a bit earlier, so I finish here at about just after lunch, and then I try to go for a swim. And then obviously pick up kids and, you know, the usual stuff again, clubs and whatnot. Wednesdays, I get up and I go to a fitness class. It's a bit more kind of, I suppose, full on, sort of a bit different. But I did change my hours again to incorporate that, because it was something I really wanted to do. And it's from 9:30 till 10:30 in Letchworth, and so I open at 11 now on a Wednesday, because I felt that it's important to have that balance. So, you know, I do try to fit in time for me, as well as the kids, as well as here. So I do that. I get changed. If anyone ever comes here on a Wednesday morning and you come here too early, I'm at the back getting changed. So yeah, it's a quick change around. So then I open up here at 11, and then I finish here at 5. And then actually, again, I'm really lucky, because on a Wednesday I've got a friend who will look after Lucy after school. And then it will be dinner and, again, just the usual mum stuff. Thursdays I have off, as you know, so Thursdays is food shopping, you know, just day-to-day tasks. I do try to meet up with a friend on a Thursday, just have a bit of a catch-up, because I think it's really important. I think that, you know, we need to let off steam every now and again and have a bit of a chat, and so I do that on a Thursday, or try to. I also, on a Thursday, not every Thursday, but I do a personal training session, usually at least twice a month. That's on a Thursday as well. Fridays is my long run day, so I try to get in a long run on a Friday. So a long run, I'm sure you know, takes over a long time, and also afterwards you're quite mentally drained from it. I
remember when I was marathon training, it would wipe me out for the day.
Exactly.
I couldn't plan anything else.
You can't really, it just takes over. And then in the evening we've got swimming for the kids, and Saturday we're up here again, but it's all of us. So if you ever come on a Saturday, the kids are usually out the back doing their homework.
I have been before, actually. Your kids have been very, very good in it.
can be a bit hit and miss, but usually they're quite good. They'll make teas and stuff. And then on a Sunday we do a family, you know, just a day. It doesn't have to be.
You have a day of rest.
We do try to.
Yay!
Doesn't, like I say, it doesn't always happen that way, but we do try to do it that way. We'll try and kind of incorporate something in it, family related, if we can.
Well, I think you've probably answered my next question, because I wanted to talk to you about getting that work-life balance. And I think you've already answered the question, because you've shown me that how, by having your week planned out and making sure you prioritise the things that you also want to do, I'm assuming that's how you just maintain that work-life balance and make sure you don't burn out. And
I really feel that, so fitness stuff is a big thing in my life.
Wasn't always the case, was it?
No.
So how did this love of fitness come about?
I don't know. So I think that as I've got older, I definitely enjoy life a lot more than I used to, like when I was younger. And I think that I've always been quite nervous and quite sort of a worried person. So I don't think so. At school, for example, I would never have done sports. I was one of those kids who always went to school with a note, say I won't do PE, won't do swimming, won't do. I just hated it. It was, the pressure was too much. I just didn't want to join in. I did do a bit of running, I suppose, quite a few years ago, but only a little bit. And it's not until the last. It really does tie in with this as well. It's about the same sort of time. I just think, you know, I got to an age and a point in my life where I thought, if you don't try things, you're never going to know. And I would rather try and it not work than regret not trying. So I started to do things like one day my brother-in-law was talking to my husband actually about doing a little triathlon, and I was going to do a run on the same day, and he said to me, "Oh, why didn't you do a triathlon?" I was like, I can't even ride a bike. Like, I haven't been on a bike since I was like 12. And he's like, "Of course you can ride a bike." So there I was 4 weeks later at a triathlon, like just giving it a go. I've done mud running, sort of OCRs, obstacle course racing. I've done half marathons. I've just signed up I've got an ultra marathon in a couple of weeks. So I just think I would rather try it all and like see how it goes. But I also think that I thrive a little bit on, I think you should do something every day that scares you. And I think that sort of mentality, you know, because again, in my past, I've probably seen something that was going to worry me slightly and think, oh, I don't want to do it for fear of looking silly or for fear of failing. Whereas now, I'll give it a go because what's the worst that's going to happen?
Do you know what? That's an amazing attitude to have. And I think if we don't challenge ourselves a little bit, put a little bit of pressure on, like say, face our fears, then, you know, we're never going to be that person that we would want. We're never going to be truly happy because we kind of look for all these other ways in our lives to make us happy. But sometimes what we need is kind of in here. We just need to dig deep and find it.
That's it. And no one can do it for you. That's the thing. I mean, even yesterday, my little thing that scared me was it was sports day. And obviously, once you've done it once, you have to do it every year. So the mummy's race came about.
Dreaded mum's race.
I can run far, but I'm not fast. I'm not built for speed.
So I always say that about myself.
I'm just not like I'm not a sprinter at all. So all the other mums lined up, and I saw them all get up.
If it's anything like my children's school, it gets highly competitive.
Oh, it
you
really
know, the
is.
sleeves roll up. Some of them take their shoes off, and you know they've come in their sports gear already, and
it really is. So I thought, I don't know, and I said to Lucy in the morning, I'll see. And she's like, no, you've got to do it, it. So there I was, standing on that start line. And again, that feeling of those butterflies, no matter what you're doing, it doesn't go. If you're that sort of person, it makes you nervous. I think it's always going to. But at the end of it, and that's what drives you forward, I think, is the fear, is the knowing that if you can overcome your fear, if you can actually do something that you know that is way out your comfort zone, you feel amazing.
It's really powerful, isn't it?
High.
Yeah.
So there are things, like I say, daily that I feel like, I don't know that I want to do it, but to make yourself do it actually puts you puts you in an amazing place.
It's funny actually. One of the mindset challenge that I'm starting to do next week, one of the days in there is about facing your fear. So if you join us then, you will relate to a lot of things that I talk about in there, because you do have to think, what's the worst that's going to happen? You know, against actually not facing your fear. So if you don't do something and you feel disappointed in yourself, is that going to be any better or worse than actually not doing it and not trying it? So it's a really powerful stuff. So if there was somebody else that was in your shoes, that was, you know, in a different career, that was maybe thinking about starting up their own business, have this, you know, this pipeline dream that they're thinking about, is there any advice that you would give them? Anything that you'd kind of really stress to them about?
I don't know really. I think I would just say, go with your gut. Like, you know, and if you've got that passion and that drive, it's hard work. It's I'm not going to say it fixes everything, because it doesn't, and it's hard work, and you have to juggle things, and you feel guilty, and you have to prioritise stuff, and you know it isn't easy, but I would say go with your gut instinct.
Is there anything you would have done differently in hindsight? Hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it?
Hindsight is a wonderful thing. What would I have done different? I only do it sooner, I suppose. I
hear that a lot. A lot of people say that. But I say sometimes you've just got to get to that right place in your life when you feel ready, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think I was ready before that. Yeah. I think, again, everything happens for a reason. So I think that it was fine, really. But I think I try not to regret stuff anyway. So, no, life is good.
Is there anything else that you plan to do? Have you got any other goals or ambitions that you're planning on putting into action?
I suppose not right at the moment, because we've got a house move just on the cards, and that has taken over. So I say all these lovely things about all these wonderful things I do. Life has been stressful trying to move. Yeah. So I think that we've got to get the move over and done with. Like I said, I've got an ultra marathon which is 31 miles.
You are truly bonkers.
That's in July. I was planning on doing an Ironman distance triathlon this year, but that's had to be put on the back burner, but hopefully that will be next year. But I haven't really got anything else in the pipeline right now, because I think that moving has just taken over a massive chunk. And then in regards to here, I think we've got other ideas in the pipeline as regards to sort of new things to offer, such as pottery. So we've got a wheel out the back, so we're going to start offering experiences in that. So and obviously we've got things over the summer holidays and that. But I mean, regards to the bigger picture, we're I think at the moment we're just happy keeping on. I think
doing what you're doing. Yeah. Well, I think it's absolutely amazing, and I've loved talking to you today. And I also really love your blog posts. So
thank you.
Please keep blogging, because I find it really interesting to read what you're up to next. And I frequently comment how mad you are, but that's great. I think that's a great quality to have.
Thank you.
So that's everything I wanted to talk to you about. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
much. I'm sure we'll be hearing from you in the group.
Yes,
from
you will,
time to
definitely.
time. Brilliant. Thanks so much.
Thank
Bye.
you.